Yugoslavia is more fragile than ever. Truce talks between federal officials and the Republic of Slovenia broke down again today, and the president of Yugoslavia's largest republic is warning his people to be prepared for war. The latest from ABC's Mike Lee.
Yugoslav federal officials and Slovenian leaders were today face to face, but not eye to eye on the trigger issue that threatens.
Have caused extensive damage to infrastructure and cultural landmarks, with hundreds of civilian casualties reported. The United Nations has expressed deep concern over the escalating violence and its impact on the already dire humanitarian situation in the region. In Bosnia, the siege of Sarajevo continues unabated, with Bosnian Serb forces relentlessly shelling the city. Reports of ethnic cleansing in Prijedor have emerged, where thousands of Bosniak and Croat civilians are being forcibly expelled or killed. Meanwhile, in Croatia, the historic city of Dubrovnik has fallen to Yugoslav and local Serb forces, marking a significant setback for Croatian defense efforts. The capture of Dubrovnik has led to severe damage to its UNESCO World Heritage sites, drawing global condemnation. Turning to other parts of the world, we have updates on the ongoing conflict in Somalia, where factional fighting continues to destabilize the region. In economic news, the global markets are reacting to the latest interest rate hike by the Federal Reserve, with mixed responses from investors. Back in the Balkans, diplomatic efforts to broker peace
as conflicts intensify and humanitarian crises deepen. In Vukovar, the besieged town faces critical shortages of food and medical supplies, exacerbating the already dire humanitarian situation. Simultaneously, in Skopje, Macedonia, Yugoslav forces resume bombing campaigns targeting vital infrastructure, further destabilizing the region. Peace talks in Macedonia hit a deadlock, prolonging the suffering of civilians caught in the crossfire. Meanwhile, ethnic tensions rise in Kosovo, fueling fears of increased violence. Along the Yugoslav-Bulgarian border, sporadic clashes persist as Bulgarian forces attempt to push back Yugoslav advances. On the international stage, efforts to pressure Belgrade into peace negotiations strengthen as the United Nations Security Council votes to enhance economic sanctions against the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. Additionally, humanitarian organizations ramp up efforts to provide winter relief. Tonight, tensions escalate in the Balkans as conflicts intensify and humanitarian crises deepen. In Vukovar, the besieged town faces critical shortages of food and medical supplies, exacerbating the already dire humanitarian situation. Simultaneously, in Skopje, Macedonia, Yugoslav forces resume bombing campaigns targeting vital infrastructure, further destabilizing the region. Peace talks in Macedonia hit a deadlock, prolonging the suffering of civilians caught in the crossfire. Meanwhile, ethnic tensions rise in Kosovo, fueling fears of increased violence. Along the Yugoslav-Bulgarian border, sporadic clashes persist as Bulgarian forces attempt to push back Yugoslav advances. On the international stage, efforts to pressure Belgrade into peace negotiations strengthen as the United Nations Security Council votes to enhance economic sanctions against the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. Additionally, humanitarian organizations ramp up efforts to provide winter relief to affected populations in Bosnia, Croatia, and Macedonia, as harsh conditions exacerbate the plight of civilians in besieged areas. Back in the Balkans, diplomatic efforts to broker peace are intensifying, with the European community and the United States pushing for negotiations. However, the situation on the ground remains volatile, with no signs of an immediate resolution. This is a developing story, and we will continue to bring you the latest updates